April 21st at 3:09 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Brian, and then we are back in the center of the aisle to bring you some more Iran updates. Excuse me. We will get started with a report from Emily Schrader, where it says U.S. seizes another regime ship as an oil tanker in the Pacific. Trying to do the wrong thing again, Iran. I don't know that I'd keep doing this. It's not going very well for you. U.S. forces boarded and took over another Iranian ship. The oil tanker was in the Indian Ocean traveling back from China. But China has nothing to do with this war. They're not giving them any help, no weapons. I'm pretty sure we remember President Trump telling us what Xi Jinping was saying there about not giving them any help. I'm having a hard time not believing him. Having a real hard time with that one. Open source intel. This is as of April 21st at 1:29 p.m. It states here that Secretary Rubio and Secretary Hegseth are at the White House with Vice President JD Vance and President Trump, according to CNN. Vance has still not departed for Pakistan, and as Iran continues to stall on negotiations. Again, this is a tactic that they've always used in the past. They always stall till the last minute, and I hope and I pray that President Trump does not let this happen this time. Do not give in and let them have more time. There's no reason for it. We should be fine. I don't know that us sitting here letting them do what they want to do as far as time is going to work out in our favor. I'm not sure it's not going to hurt us, but it's definitely not going to help us. We've given them more than enough chances to let diplomacy work. They're not interested in diplomacy. Nick Sorter puts in, Justin, it's official. Vice President JD Vance's trip to Pakistan for peace talks is now on hold, per Fox. This is reportedly because Iran is flat out refusing much of America's terms and are simply not going to show up. The clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I'm going to play this video for you. I found this a little bit interesting. It's Nick Sorter stating that President Trump has just signed an executive order invoking the Defense Production Act following increasing energy prices. The order surges federal resources to the production of petroleum, liquefied natural gas, coal, and power grid infrastructure.
Executive order invoking the Defense Production Act to provide federal funds to a range of energy projects. This comes as Americans deal with rising gas prices and oil prices during the conflict with Iran. The measures cover a bunch of sectors, including coal, liquefied natural gas, domestic petroleum, and power grid infrastructure.
So, I find it kind of interesting. Is he projecting this is going to take longer? So gas and everything's going to be hit harder? Seen some reports stating up to $5 a gallon for regular. The Iran Watcher puts down, nothing shows the huge difference between Obama and Trump more clearly than this. I like this. Under Obama, IRGC seized U.S. sailors at gunpoint, humiliated them on camera, then got $1.7 billion in cash days later, and that was from Obama. Took the seats out of an airplane and flew the money to them for the JPCOA. Under Trump, U.S. forces seize Iranian ships, disable them, boarded by force, and refuses to release assets without full surrender. There's that again, those key words I keep hearing, full surrender. He's been back and forth on this. One project's weakness and full capitulation, while the other project's strength and supremacy. That's definitely the truth. This is not good. President Donald Trump on Truth Social. To the Iranian leaders who will soon be in negotiations with my representatives, I would greatly appreciate the release of these women. I am sure that they will respect the fact that you did so. Please do them no harm. Would be a great start to negotiations. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Islamic Republic is preparing to hang 8 women. Not a word from the international community or so-called human rights organizations. This is not good. But this is the IRGC's way. It's not that there's a regime change, because there's not. This is what the senior officials did before we unalived them, and that's what these people know how to do because they sat and watched this. This is what they were trained to do. This is how you're supposed to handle things according to the IRGC. And I 100% completely believe that the IRGC is who's running Iran right now. That's hard to even look at and talk about. And I'm sure there's probably, I'm not even going to get into that. I'm not even going to do that. Eric Daughtry reports Iran's new plan is reportedly to wait out Donald Trump and the United States, hoping to force 47 into a deal. Really bad move. A senior intel source tells Fox News that Iran is trying to wait out the United States, betting markets and energy prices will put pressure on President Trump and force a deal. Hence the reason I let everybody see that he signed that executive order. The only one forcing a deal is Trump in this scenario. Bridge and power plant day is still on the table, and the U.S. military is now loaded higher than when Epic Fury began. Severe miscalculation happening Iran's part right now. I believe that 100%.
Your intelligence source tells Fox News that Iran is trying to wait out the United States, betting markets and energy prices will put pressure on President Trump and force a deal. But President Trump's former Iran envoy, Brian Hook, calls that a losing strategy.
President Trump has put the Iranians on defense.
The Iranians are in trouble, and they know they're in trouble. They've been in trouble for a long time. Their economy, I don't even think they have an economy left. Their stock market's gone. And as Trump said, everything's gone for Iran, minus the fact that they can still talk. I think they'd be a whole lot better if they'd quit talking and just start signing a deal that Trump agrees to. OSINT defender, in a statement, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs has rejected all efforts to associate vessels recently seized by the U.S. and the U.S. Central Command areas of responsibility with China, saying the vessel seized by the U.S. is a foreign container ship. China rejects any false association and speculation. Now we might start to see why Iran, Russia, China, India, they all hang tight together there. They all have the same agenda. This compounds our disclaimer from yesterday, refuting false reporting that China has sent a last warning, in quotes, to the U.S. over the seizure of the MV Tuska, or Tosca, however it's pronounced. And finally, and I'm sure this isn't the end of it, Visioneer says, according to the New York Times, the planned visit of U.S. Vice President JD Vance to Islamabad has been postponed after Iran did not respond to America's negotiation proposals. However, officials say the visit may be resumed shortly if Iran negotiators provide a response that Donald Trump considers acceptable. It is noteworthy that at this moment, JD Vance is at the White House to meet with Trump, and simultaneously, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are flying to the White House to meet with Trump as well. They're flying the wrong way to get to the Mideast. I don't know what Iran's doing right now, but them waiting in this stalling tactic till the last minute to say, okay, send them out to give them more time is not going to work, I hope. I say that I hope because 5 times now, as I said in other videos, you can go back and watch them, that Trump has caved in and given them more time, more time, more time. Iran is an expert at getting more time. They're digging out their missiles, and we know they're digging out their missiles. I'm sure that container ship, as China so perfectly said honestly, was a container ship, and it had stuff in there to help China get their missiles, or help Iran get their missiles back on. What's so wrong with just telling the truth and saying, yeah, we did it, we helped them. We know you're helping them. We can see you helping them. So as of right now, that's where we stand. But I do not see this thing making it until the end. I truly believe that Iran is going to just get itchy fingers and start pulling triggers on stuff. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But we'll wait and see. And until then, I am out.